Tara Dawson, physical therapist with Body One Physical Therapy. We're kicking off week 5 of our injury prevention program for runners. So we're about halfway through now. Hopefully you have been able to pick up some tips and things to be able to work on outside of your training program. So if you were with us last week, we talked about the importance of hip strength and specifically your hip abductor group. Today we're going to be talking about something similar, but it's the concept of proper hip stability, which is really important for runners to have as well. So stability is a little bit different than strength. Stability is talking more about your brain's connection to your muscle. So think about stability kind of similar to balance. So your body's ability to coordinate a movement properly and hold you in a stable position. All right, so let's talk about a way that we can test for your hip stability. So we're gonna go down into a half kneeling position. I'm gonna use this AirX pad at home. You can use a pillow or a couch cushion, but this is just to protect your knee to make sure you don't have too much pressure on the front of your knee. So you're gonna go into this half kneeling position. And what I want you to do is just start with your leg a little bit more to the outside. So this is gonna give you a wider base of support to help you feel confident in this position. But then what I want you to do is slowly work your foot so that it's in line with your back thigh. So you're gonna work that foot all the way in until you're in this really narrow base of support in the half kneeling position. So in this position, what I want you to do first is just test your stability. Do you feel confident in this position, or are you kind of swaying from side to side here and it's a really big challenge? So I want to see here first, can you just stabilize yourself in this position for about 30 seconds? That's going to be your test. And then we're going to talk about some exercises that you can do to make this more challenging if you are confident in this position. All right, so here's what this looks like from the side. So we're going to be in this nice narrow base of support. What I don't want here is for that back toe to be digging into the ground. That's going to give you more stability. So I want you to plant that back foot. You can see here that my toes are in line, my front toes are in line with my back toes. So I'm in one stable, narrow base of support here. Once you have that down, try there first. So that's your first modification, first place that you can start is really just get the hang of this position. But once that feels easy, what I want you to try to do is put your hands behind your head here and then slowly rotate from side to side. So it's not a fast movement, it's just challenging your balance here in this position. So slowly rotate from side to side. And I want you to try to do this for about a minute straight, really trying to focus on that good stability. So if you were here with your hands behind your head, able to rotate from side to side with ease, let's talk about how we can make it a little bit more challenging. So the next variation is that you can put your hands out in front of you like this, and then rotate from side to side in this plane. So it's just a harder variation. You have a little bit longer of a lever arm with your hands out in front of you this way. So same concept, trying to rotate from side to side for about a minute and trying on both sides. So what you really want to take note of here whenever you're doing this test or these exercises are seeing if you have a big asymmetry from side to side. So you might find that one side is really easy to balance and the other side is not so easy. So if you notice those asymmetries from side to side, that's just telling you that your brain's connection to your muscle is just not working quite as properly as it should. So you should work on these exercises, start at that lowest level and then work your way up to the hardest variation to try to improve your hip stability. Thanks for joining us for week 5 of our injury prevention program for runners. I hope you learned something about proper hip stability. If you do have a big asymmetry from side to side, I would try working on that side that's a little bit less stable twice as much as you would on the other side. So if you're doing one set, you're working on a minute of the exercise, I want you to do it 1 minute on one side, 1 minute on the other side, and then I want you to go back and really focus on that side that's a little bit more challenging. So you're doing twice as many repetitions on that other side. Thanks for joining us for week 5. Have a great week.